Alright, what's up y'all? Wooly here, and today we're going to be covering pet DPS. As you can see, we are actually running Protocol, so that means we are running Mercy. So here's the loadout. These two right here, Vengeance and Final Ruin. Because with a pet DPS, you're going to have to be set in stone with a 2 loadout rotation. So we want to make the most of it because I'm going to show you guys something here really quickly. We're going to take a look at what the damage is like with just the pet, okay? And, a little bit from the blast adapter. Alright, so, not too bad. You can stay around 500,000-600,000. Now, let's take a look at the actual loadout. Now, this is the loadout I'm running. We will cover AoE here in just a second, but this is what I've found best fits me, because I personally always feel single target will outshine AoE in most situations. So, again, we'll cover AoE in a second. Right now, let's highlight single target. We'll do it on the group, and then we'll do it on the single sparring target. Alright, so I promise it's a lot stronger in content when you're actually running it. It is very, very dominating. Okay, but now let's take a look at it at the single sparring target. Now, throughout all my testing on the various powers when I run a single target, what we can realistically expect is to sit around the 700,000 for a strong single target. I have been able to get this up to 800,000, so anybody who runs single target a lot, you should recognize if this is going to be beneficial to you. Personally, I feel that it's a very strong single target combined with the pet DPS, because we're basically just spamming Vengeance, and Vengeance hits very hard. But then, of course, we are running Final Ruin, and as a finisher, I believe it has a chance to... Yeah, if the target drops below 35% health, the attack deals extra damage. So you're going to be getting a lot of that. Okay. Now let's take a look at it. Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent. So anyways, I think we've seen enough as far as a single target. We can actually get up to almost 1,000,000 just on single target, which is very, very good. I don't want to understate the importance of how hard that hits, okay? Now, one I did have a lot of fun with here, somebody recommended in the last DPS video that we try Circle of Destruction. And I did try Circle of Destruction, and it's very, very good because a lot of the times, regardless of what you choose, you're either going to be running Soul Bolt or you're going to be running Vengeance for your primary spam ability, because this is a half-second cooldown and Vengeance is a half-second cooldown. The only difference is Soul Bolt will hit AoE targets, right? So what you choose to put here in your second slot, it's really going to come down to preference, because like I said, I've done a lot of testing. Whether you choose Soul Storm, whether you choose Soul Barrage, or whether you choose Circle of Destruction, it really doesn't matter. You're just going to be hitting them when they go on cooldown, so your damage is pretty much going to be around the 1,300,000, 400,000 mark for AoE ability, right? So let's take a look at it. And just for me, it's almost a little too repetitive to just spam the one power over and over and over. That's why I went back to the drawing board and came up with a single target that really fit my playstyle a little bit better. And that's why I run the single target. But by no means is this a bad alternative. It's very good, actually. And it does take a very long time to run out of power. So realistically, you're not really going to run out of power in a live setting, whether you're in an alert, a duo, or a raid. I've ran all of these loadouts that I've tested in all of those settings, and I've rarely ran into a problem. I run into that problem more on Wooly than I do on this character. Alright, so Circle of Destruction and Soul Bolt would be my recommendation for AoE. Okay. Now I was running these two as well with Soul Bolt to try it out, just to see if I liked it, and it was okay. Like I said, the damage was about the same, but I'm not going to showcase that here. You can test it for yourself, because those are not the loadouts that I'm recommending. The two that I showed you are the ones that I'm recommending. I did even try just getting rid of Neo Venom and seeing if we can make it work with Soul Bolt, Soul Storm, and Soul Barrage. But it was after testing that I knew I didn't like it. I wasn't going to run that I decided to do the single target thing. And that's how we came up with Vengeance and Final Ruin, which Final Ruin is, like I said, it's a little over 4-second cooldown. For me, it just makes more sense to run that, because that's what fits my playstyle, and it performs very well. I just ran it in the Elite Alert, and I just ran it in Return to Earth 3. I was going to showcase some of that gameplay for you, but my internet dropped, and I had to come back, so I didn't want to showcase half the alert. But you can test it for yourself and see how well you like it, and which one is more your bread and butter, okay? So again, the actual loadout, this is the AoE. And Final Ruin, if I can find it. There we go. I always get lost in the powers when I'm looking. And I haven't actually looked at the tac mods, to be quite honest with you, since I've been changing it, so I don't know what tac mods, if there's any for Vengeance or Final Ruin. So we're not going to cover the tac mods because there's not really much to that. You can go to your base and check it out. But of course we are running super powered, critical attack, might and power, and then health just for the added health. You can spec precision if you want. I don't know how much that actually benefits the blast adapter. But when I was editing one of the videos on Wooly earlier, I don't spec into precision. But I noticed in the Elite Duo video that I uploaded, when I was playing it in slow motion, when I would hit the blast adapter, we were seeing a lot of 100,000 hits coming off of it and 240,000 hits coming off of it. So I don't really feel like you need to spec into precision at all. I would go health just to keep you alive in those tighter situations, because it does make a difference. But that's pretty much it, guys. It's going to be Quizlet, Source Shard, and Mercy. Like I said, you can put Eye of Gemini here. I guess we can test it out and see what it's like. We're going to default to Offering. You'll see that here on the loadout, because Mercy's gone. Protocol takes the place of Offering. So I'm curious. I haven't tested it. Let's just take a look at it while we're here. Don't be deterred by those big drops, because that's just the time out of combat from when you are hitting God Wave and Offering at the same time. But your pet DPS will make up for that by far. So don't be alarmed by those big drops that you see in the damage, because that visual is not necessarily a true representation. The overall baseline damage that you see is a truer, I don't know how clearly I'm saying that. It's a better representation. So, not bad. With the Eye of Gemini, it's still not that much different. So you could do some EOG swapping with that. You just, if you're going to do EOG swapping, just make sure whatever art you want to swap goes here, and Eye of Gemini goes up here. So yeah, that's what I got for you today, guys. I've been wanting to do an updated version of the pet DPS build where we're actually running Mercy and not just Offering, because I did like Mercy. I just didn't want to spend any money on it, and I haven't. So 140, that's what you get, and that's what it looks like. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, consider giving me a like and a subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, I appreciate it. Interact in the comments. And if you guys didn't know, we do have a new Discord that I started for the community. I have been linking this in the last few videos. I will try to link it in the description here, and I'll pin it in the comments. So please join the Discord. I would love to see you guys in there. It's just for the DC community. We can talk about everything DC related, or just link up and chat, post memes, whatever. Start a discussion. It's just there to get some help if you need it. It's for everything DC related, and like I said, just in general for you guys and myself to just get a chat going, okay? But I appreciate it. I will catch you next time, and we'll be out.